What's up, everybody? It's Noah here from Team 3G with another Star Wars Unlimited video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a planetary qualifier that myself and my teammate Chase attended in Radcliffe, Kentucky, and just talk about the list that we took and how we ended up doing during this tournament. So we did end up on Boba and Obi-Wan for this event. Obviously, one of the big three. We felt like you either needed to be on one of these two decks or Lando to kind of really give yourself the best chance. Obviously, there are several other decks in the format, especially for a planetary qualifier, that could do well. We just felt like these were our best two options going into this tournament, so that's just what we ended up taking. So for my list, with Boba Fett Lake Country, there's not really any surprises here, just a very, very solid list. The main thing that I tested out and ended up really liking, moving from the Atlanta sector to this, was adding the HK-47s in, and then also the hunting aggressors. The HK-47, if you can have it on the board whenever you flip Boba into a topple the summit play, it stacks up damage very, very quickly, and was just a very, very, it just performed very, very well for me during this event. And then the hunting aggressor was outstanding also. The 6 HP made it really difficult to handle. Other Bobas couldn't charge for trees in it. And it's just not easy to deal with, especially whenever it's your 4 resource play. And the extra indirect can really, really add up whenever you're doubling it with Boba Fett. It just keeps adding up over time. This was very, very similar, except for a couple of those changes to the list I took to the Atlanta sector qualifier, where I ended up 97th, just went 5-3, lost my winning in to an Obi-Wan and HK and the hunting aggressor droid, or the hunting aggressor spaceship. During some extra testing, really, really helped with that matchup, so I wanted to include those. Now, moving on to Chase's list. It's a little bit of a different Obi-Wan list. There were some cards he really, really liked, such as the Figure of Unity. We tested it out against some of these space decks. Like Vader was starting to pop up a little bit more. We thought there might be some Bobas and some Lukes also there. And Figure of Unity just worked very, very well into those decks. So we just kept it as a one of though. Just because it doesn't work very well into every matchup, and you don't want to be drawing it twice, since it is not, it's like Yoda's lightsaber, it is unique. It's not like Constructed, where we could just keep stacking them onto our Obi-Wan leader and just keep getting all that restore. But it was very, very good whenever we tested it, so we thought a one of would be great. And then also moving to the 2 Tamarin, because we expected a lot of Lando, which ended up not being the case, which was very surprising. But anyway, this was his list. Just pretty standard, just a couple of changes. But yeah, just Obi-Wan stuff. All right, so now we're going to move into the top 8. And you can see here, I ended up in the top 8. Ended up in 6th place going into this tournament. Again, we were expecting like a lot of Lando, a lot of Obi-Wan, not so much as many Boba, since he'd kind of taken a back seat to Lando and to Obi-Wan after Atlanta. We thought people would be off of it, but I was wrong for my run. I ended up playing the mirror match twice. Apparently, even though I hadn't tested it a lot, I fared well into the mirror match, just controlled their space units and let mine survive, and ended up winning my mirror matches. My only loss on the day was to this Leia Organa Data Vault list. I think that was in round 4, and so ended up going to a game 3, and all those games were super, super close. It was just kind of a matter of, did I draw my upgrade removal or not? But that was a great best of 3 series. going into that. And then also after that, went into playing a Hera Blue Force list. Went to game 3 also there, but was able to come out on top. And then I was able to just simply ID into the top 8 after that last round. But yeah, so this top 8 was every leader was different, which was kind of very, very cool to see. I ended up matching up against the Yularen red deck here. And all 3 of those, well, so game 1 and game 2, ended up losing game 1 by like 1 HP. I needed just 1 extra damage from somewhere. Thinking back in my head, I think I missed like a BT trigger that would have helped me have a little bit more of a board presence and prevent some of that damage. But game 2 drew aggressive negotiations, and then game 3 he was able to control my space very, very well, and just kind of walked away with the set after that. But it was really, really cool to see that all 8 of the top 8 lists were very different. And we can see here that Mother Talzin actually ended up winning this event, which actually shocked me, but there was not as many space leaders as I thought. And I think the player who was playing this also had a very, very good plan going into the space. So yeah. And also I just want to say some of these PQs that are in Kentucky and in Tennessee are starting to become very, very difficult to even make a top 8. For instance, here, some of the names you're seeing, Aaron Higgins, I know has topped 8 a lot and has gotten second at a lot of PQs. Relic I've seen him do well at several PQs, was actually at a sealed or a limited PQ in Lexington that he ended up winning. And I know he's been doing very, very well also. And just all of these, as I'm just looking through, and then of course, John Yellow, the Mesa Sector Qualifier winner. So all these PQs in this area are really, really tough. So if you're making a top 8 in this area, you've kind of earned it. And it's kind of cool also being able to just kind of play against all of these players who are very, very well at the game, and do well and are high up on the leaderboards and stuff like that. So, yeah, overall, this event was great. It's great always meeting up with these people, talking to these people. Jim from Unplayable was also there. Got to see him and Relic actually play for their winning in the top 8. So that was really cool to see, and just to hang out with him for a little bit and just talk. So yeah, Chase ended up going 2-3 drop. We thought there might be a couple 4 and 2s the way it was going to play out. So as soon as he got that third loss, he ended up just backing out of the tournament. Didn't have a great showing with Obi-Wan. Had some rough matchups. A couple mirror matches that didn't favor all of his. But after talking to him, all of his games were super, super close. He was just, I think, just not having enough reps with the list. But yeah, either way, 15 more points. Yeah, so now I'm at 85 points, 15 away. If I would have just won my winning in Atlanta, or at one of the Eternal PQs, if I would have won just one more game, I would have already been there. But the grind never stops. We're at 85 points. We're going to keep going until we just see if we can get there or not. So yeah. So thanks for watching this PQ recap. Again, there's been a slight delay on some content creation here on my end and on the team's end because, life just happens. Been super busy at work, and then on the weekends, been at all these PQs and sectors and all these things. So I've not had a lot of time to make any content here. But hopefully, since I'm kind of over this little bump of PQs and things going on, going to be able to make some more content for you guys as we come into the end of all of these planetary qualifiers, and as we head into Season 1 Galactic Championships, which I hope to be able to attend as long as I qualify. So again, thank you all for watching, and again, thank you for tuning in and just listening to my thoughts and all of that stuff. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.